Llywydd y Prifysgol, Uchel Sheriff, Cadeirydd y Cyngor, Cyfarfodydd Anrydeddus y Ganwyl Gyfeillion. Mae'n hyfrydwch o'r mwyaf gen i gael eich croesawu i chi yma i gampws y Drindod, Prifysgol Cymru a Drindod Dewi Sant, ar gyfer dechrau pythefnos o ddathlu llwyddiant graddedigion Prifysgol Cymru a Drindod. Ac mae'n dda iawn gweld theatr yma'n Orlawn wrth i ni ddechrau ar y gwaith o longyfarch myfyrwyr y Prifysgol. It's a great pleasure for me as Vice-Chancellor to welcome you here as we start 2 weeks of celebrations. And indeed, all over the country, universities will be convening in convocations to applaud the success of the graduates of universities across Wales. And for us here within the University of Wales, for the next 2 weeks, we will be celebrating the success of the students. We stand here in our academic regalia. We stand here within a formal convocation to mark your distinction. We gather here as civic dignitaries, as representatives of the Crown, to mark your academic achievement. And we do that to pay respect to you, to note our great admiration of the work that you have achieved, and to wish you well on your journey. Mae'n rhyfeddol meddwl fod 2 blynedd wedi mynd mor gyflym, ac wrth edrych yn ôl, wy'n siŵr y byddwch chi yn adfyfyrio ar profiadau arbennig y Drindod. A heddiw, i chi gyd yn ymwneud ag addysg, ac a'i gyfle yn y man i sôn fwy am hynny. 3 years have passed so quickly. I wonder what will you miss as you take your leave from this campus. Will you miss those very long hours in the library, preparing for the tutorials or for the teaching classes, or those very long hours in the Union Bar? It's up for you to decide. I wouldn't like to offer a view. But my wife and I will certainly miss, and I pay tributes to you, to the generosity of the honourable members of the rugby team that serenaded us under our bedroom window on campus every Wednesday morning about 3 o'clock with Calon Lan. There's something about the musical rendering of Calon Lan when you have so many people who are completely out of tune. I also want to thank you sincerely for taking great pride in looking after the Vice-Chancellor's rose gardening as you watered the plants every Wednesday. Do have a look this year, ladies and gentlemen, at those roses. There's something about the acidity, I think. These are the interesting events that university students undertake. I have no doubt that some of you will become legends within your own CVs, and I wish you well as you move forward. It's a shame that you can't stand here and just look at the pride on the faces of your parents. They're very, 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 very proud of you. If I could only capture the glee, the smiles on their faces, they really are proud of you all. Can I humbly suggest that there's never been a better opportunity than this afternoon for you to ask them quietly, sincerely, for that £5,000 for that new car. If I was you, I would go for it. Ond wrth i ni ddathlu llwyddiant, wrth i ni ddathlu hwyl bywyd y Brifysgol, gadewch i ni hefyd wrth gwrs gofio arwyddocad diwrnod fel hwn, i deulu'r Brifysgol. Your parents are proud of you, but I'm sure that you are very proud of your parents as well, and your families that have supported you over the last 3 years. And I'm sure you'll want to join with me in expressing our gratitude to them for all the support that you have had. Diolch yn fawr iawn i chi. Mae hwn yn gyfle wrth gwrs i mi hefyd fel is-gynghellor i ddiolch i staff y Brifysgol. You achieve your academic awards today through the good work and standing of the academic staff and professional staff of the university. I'm delighted that I publicly have the opportunity, within difficult times across universities, to pay tribute to the professionalism and the hard work of the faculty. Diolch i chi am eich gwaith, diolch i chi am eich amroddiad. Da ni'n hynod werthfawrogol o'r gwaith i gyd. Diolch yn fawr iawn. University convocations allow us as an academic community not only to mark distinction of the graduands, but also to take the opportunity to make a public statement to honour worthy men and women who have made an enormous contribution to the life of Wales. And today, I am so pleased that this university has given the opportunity to award an honorary degree to Mr. David Anderson. It is for others to present him to the university. But may I personally note how delighted I am that we here in the University of Wales, TSD, have the opportunity of honouring you for your outstanding achievements to Wales. Croeso cynnes iawn I chi, a hefyd i'r teulu. A very warm welcome to you. On occasions like these, Vice-Chancellors tend to boast. They boast about the millions of funds that have been brought in, the enormous new capital developments, and of course that their university is the best. Well, I suppose you would expect that, wouldn't you? But I don't really want to bother you with that today, because you know what Trinity is. I want to focus on you, because today is your day. I want to focus, if I may, for 4 to 5 minutes on speaking to you, and as I wish you well, to share with you 1 or 2 comments about the journey ahead of you. What a fantastic journey you're about to start. Mae'r cyfleoedd o'ch blaen chi yn sylweddol. Ac wrth i chi ystyried nawr proffesiwn addysg, allai ddim meddwl gwell cyfle. Gael y cyfle fel crefftwyr I dyluno meddyliau ieuenctid yn gwlad ni. You have the opportunity to make such a difference to the lives of youngsters within the schools of Wales. I'm so proud of the work of the Institute at Athrofa. We are working with hundreds of schools across Wales, not only in professional teaching, but also in supporting youngsters like yourselves to start a career. You know as I do that the core meaning of educare is to draw out that which lies within. And as a future teacher, that'll be your task, to draw out from the young minds, from those youngsters, to show them the beauty of the world, the opportunity of the world, and to show them that they also can make a difference. But today is about celebrating what you have achieved within your university. You are the privileged ones. You have been given the opportunity of having 3 years within a university environment to challenge, to test, to question, to engage, to develop that intellectual inquiry that prepares you for a professional career within teaching, psychology, or youth work. With that responsibility now comes an opportunity to give something back to our community. Be innovative challengers. Be prepared to stand up for what you believe. You have the real opportunity to make a difference within our community. We live in a troubled world, a world where politicians, where policymakers really don't know what to do. And they should be turning to the new creative minds, to youngsters, and look for future hope. Be confident challengers in your work. Be honest facilitators of the truth. And be leaders of change. Change starts in the early years. Change starts in our primary, secondary schools. Make the difference. Show that you care within our communities. And always remember that there's nothing wrong with failing. All of us have failed and will fail. And when we do fail, pick yourself up and start again. Because for every time you pick yourself up, you will learn something on that journey. And when you see somebody down, go down and support that individual, that child. Be there to support. You will gain so much from that activity and from that experience. Today you gain your BA. That's fantastic news. But do remember, those are only the first 2 letters of the alphabet. So much more to learn within the University of Life. Learn the value of humility. Learn the importance of compassion. And as you start your professional career as teachers, learn to support. Learn to give of yourself. And in giving of yourself, you will grow so much in stature. You are ambassadors of change. Mae'r Prifysgol ma'n falch iawn o'r traddodiad addysg, ac yn arbennig y traddodiad addysg yn ymwneud â'r Gymraeg. Mae o'r rhan o'r DNA Drindod erioed. Ac yma heddiw, dyn ni'n dathlu gweithlu newydd o athrawon dwyieithog sydd yn mynd i wasanaethu'n cenedl ni. Mae dybryd angen athrawon da. Athrawon da sydd yn gallu cwrdd â cwricwlwm wrth gwrs, ond athrawon da sydd yn adnabod i plant a sydd yn gallu mynd i fewn i fyd y plant a'i rhoddi cymorth i nhw a sicrhau fod nhw hefyd yn cael cyfle mewn bywyd. Today, you may not realize this, but you are joining a guild of graduates where there are hundreds of thousands of youngsters, of individuals all over the world that carry with them a common name behind their professional CV. Kings, queens, professors, doctors, teachers, surgeons, scientists, all of them carry a single word. Do you know what that word is? Wales. The University of Wales. Trinity, St. David. Today you become ambassadors of Wales, ambassadors of this great learning country. And it doesn't matter where you go. Oedd chi deithio'r byd I gyd, fe fyddwch chi'n dod I gwrdd â graddedigion sydd yn falch o'r ffaith I fod nhw'n gweithio fel llysgenhadon dros addysg a dros Gymru. Peidiwch byth ag anghofio y cyfleoedd sydd ganddo chi nawr I wneud gwahaniaeth. A heddiw, dych chi'n gadael y Drindod. Neu tybed a fyddwch chi? A fyddwch chi byth yn gadael y Drindod? Fe fydd gwead y Drindod, fe fydd gwerthoedd y Drindod yn rhan o'ch gwerthoedd chitha hefyd. I doubt whether you will ever leave your alma mater. And do remember, as you seek further professional development, as you seek further research, that it is to the University of Wales, Trinity St. David, that you will return. Today is the start of a fantastic journey. Today, we salute you. We pay tribute to your success. We wish you well. May God bless you. May his countenance always be with you. Darparaddedigion Prifysgol Cymru, y Drindod Dewi Sant. Ewch allan ag ynwch wahaniaeth. Mynwch gyfle, mynwch y sialens, mynwch ddangos fod grym Cymru ar dan, a fod cyfleoedd ar rithrol I blant Cymru. A chitha, fel darpar athrawon, yn gwneud gymaint o wahaniaeth yn I bywydau nhw a bywydau y cymunedau y maen nhw'n rhan ohoni. I wish you well. I bid you joy. Llongyferchiadau a phob dymuniad da ar gyfer y dyfodol.
Awen gwirionedd. Bydded hysbys i aelodau'r Prifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn bresennol ac yn helyr ar yr 8fed a'r 9fed o Orffennaf 2019 yma yn Rhef Caerfyrddin gynulliadau awdurdodedig Prifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant i dderbyn i'w priodol raddau bersonau da ei gair sydd trwy yfrydiaeth yn y Brifysgol a thrwy ddisg, medr a dyfalbarhad wedi teilyngu'r cyfryw raddau yn unol ag ordeniannau'r cyrff dyfarnu, gyda phob gweddi a dymuniad ar iddynt fwynhau iechyd a hir hoedl i wasanaethau eu cenhedlaeth a'i gwlad dan fendith y nef. Yna dy oleuni a gyfyd mewn tywyllwch, ath dywyllwch a fydd fel hanner dydd, a rhai a fyddant ohono ti a adeiladant yr hen ddiffeithleoedd. Gorau Awen gwirionedd. The best inspiration is truth. Be it known to members of the university and to all here present that authorised congregations of the University of Wales Trinity St David are being held here in the town of Carmarthen on the 8th and 9th of July 2019 to admit to their appropriate degrees worthy persons who have, through study at the university and through learning, ability and perseverance, been deemed worthy of such degrees in accordance with the ordinances of the awarding bodies, in the hope that they may be given health and long life to serve their generation and their country under the blessing of heaven. Then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness be as the noonday, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Bydded hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn bresennol fod Prifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant wedi rhoddi'r awdurdod i'r athro Edwin Hughes i dderbyn i'w graddau fyfyrwyr Prifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd raddau yn unol â rheolau'r Brifysgol. Gwelir enwau'r myfyrwyr y gellir ei derbyn i'w graddau yn y cynulliad hwn yn y rhestrau pryntiedig sydd wedi ei dosbarthu. Let it be known to members of the university and to all who are present that the University of Wales Trinity St David has granted authority to Professor Edwin Hughes to admit to their degrees students of the University of Wales Trinity St David who have qualified for degrees according to the regulations of the university. The names of the students that can be admitted to their degrees during this congregation can be found in the printed lists that have been distributed.
Anrhydeddus is ganghellor, cyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant, a enillodd disysgrif ôl-raddedig mewn addysg. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present you students of the University of Wales Trinity St David who have gained a postgraduate certificate in education. Catherine Amy Day. Harriet Morgan. Anrhydeddus is ganghellor, cyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd radd baglor yn y celfyddydau. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales Trinity St David who have gained a degree of Bachelor of Arts. Nia Delyn Bevan. Adam Andrew Davis. Olwen Angharad Davis. Nia Dudley. Shannon Louise Evans. Ellis Wyn Griffiths. Alexander Sean Hall. Celyn Impey. Elin Hannah Jones. Heledd Mai Land. Rhian Lewis Davis. Alice Evelyn Linney. Sioned Elaine Owen. Thomas Glyn Owen. Ellen Hav Phillips. Georgina Marie Phillips. Teleri Medi Phillips. Thomas David Rees. Yolo Roberts. Lauren Megan Rogers. Angharad Mair Saunders. Katie Lauren Saunders. Poppy Claudia Thomas. Samuel William David Thomas. Stefan Rhys Thomas. Delith Jane Margaret Williams. Stefan Rhys Williams. Teleri Anwen Wilson. Sarah Fionn Wright. Jovine Rosanne Barrientos. Jacqueline Marie Burke. Hannah Lucy Carpenter. Ryan Colebrook. Lauren Collins. Rory Conway. Emily Patricia Diamond. Elizabeth Sarah Duckman. David Ross Evans. Jennifer Ann Evans. Richard Lee Evans. Naomi Elspeth Fiddy. Molly Jane Finn. Abby Gowen. Katie Elizabeth Gregory. Chloe Jade Griffiths. Amy Rhian Herbert. Okay. Kieran James Hooper. Joseph Daniel Jones. Megan Louise Jones. Caris Rhys Lloyd. Ross MacDonald. Taya May Calugly. Alice McLaughlin. Chloe Ruth Mitchell. Ethan Robert Scott Murphy. Lewis Hugh Nesbitt. Amy Louise Newbury. Matthew Noyes. Thomas Jack Pavitt. Bethan Jane Petty. Thomas Joseph Poole. Naomi Danielle Rolfe. Caitlin Eilish Louise Shanahan. Rebecca Emma Smith. Megan Louise Thorne Williams. Connor Declan Williams. Kerry Ann Williams. Sasha Williams. Lauren Angharad Oliver Hughes. Megan Bryony Hughes. Ellis Thomas Alsop. Demi Sana Masadi. Francis Louise Chester. Kelsey Amber Dutton. Jake Rob Egerton. Hannah Marie Evans. Thomas Adrian Harris. Ellie Jones. Julianne Simpson. Anwydeddus is ganghellor, cyflwynaf I ti ddisgyblion o Prifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant, a nillodd radd baglor yn y gwyddorau. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a degree of Bachelor of Science. Zina Buchanan Davis. Abigail Rose Burgess. Stephen Matthew Busby. Amy Rebecca Cherida. Naomi Marie Curtis. Lydia Bronwen Foster. Callum Taylor Jones. Kelly Ann Jones. Nicole Shan Moon. Giselle Louise Neal. John Morgan Rhys. Emma Jane Lois Thomas. Amy Louise Wilk. Catherine Margaret Williams.
A wnaeth y darpar raddedigion sydd newydd gael eu cyflwyno i'r Brifysgol, a wnewch chi sefyll. With all the graduands that have been presented to the university, would you now please stand? Trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol amddiriedwyd i mi, derbynniaf chi'ch graddau a'ch diplomau priodol, yn enw Prifysgol Cymru, y Drindod, Dewi Sant.
Boed eich gofal yn wastad dros lwydd ac yn rydedd ein prifysgol a'n gwlad.
Croeso i sefydliad graddedigion y Prifysgol.
Congratulations, you are now graduates and ambassadors of the University of Wales. Please be seated. Please be seated.
Anrydeddus is ganghellor, cymeradwyaf i ti ddisgyblion y Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant nad ydynt yn bresennol yn y seremoni hon, ond sy'n gymwys i dderbyn cymwyster. Mae eu henwau wedi cofnodi yn ganolog. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I commend to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity, St David, who are not present at this ceremony, but have duly qualified for an award. The names of these students are recorded centrally.
A trwy awdurdod y Brifysgol amddiriedwyd i mi, derbynniaf y myfyrwyr hynny ar gyfer graddau a diplomau priodol yn enw Prifysgol Cymru, y Drindod Dewi Sant.
Anrydeddus is ganghellor, cyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion a enillodd ysgoloriaethau'r Brifysgol. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present you students who have won university bursaries. Ysgoloriaeth addysg gynradd trwy gyfrwng y Gymraeg, Primary Education, Welsh Medium Scholarship, Sioned Elaine Owen. Ysgoloriaeth addysg gynradd trwy gyfrwng y Saesneg, Primary Education, English Medium Scholarship, Elizabeth Sarah Duckmin. Gwobr Goffa D.D. Rees, Mathemateg, D.D. Rees Memorial Prize, Mathematics. David Ross Evans. Gwobr Goffa Olive Dyer mewn cydnabyddiaeth o gyfraniad pennaeth un o ysgolion y partneriaeth. Olive Dyer Memorial Prize in recognition of the contribution of a head teacher of one of the partnership schools, Mr. Jamie Richards, Cadle Primary School. Gwobr Seicoleg am ymdrech, Psychology Award for Endeavour, Giselle Louise Neal. Ysgoloriaeth J. Mock am ymdrech, J. Mock Award for Endeavour, Julie Ann Simpson. Ysgoloriaeth Gweithgareddau Allgyrsiol, Extracurricular Activities Bursary, Jennifer Ann Evans. Gwobr Goffa Carl John ar gyfer asidiaethau mewn gwaith ieuenctid a chymuned, Carl John Memorial Prize for Studies in Youth and Community Work, Jake Rob Egerton.
Croeso cynnes I chi gyd, a warm welcome to you all. My name is Becky Ricketts, and I'm your newly elected Group President for the upcoming academic year. It has been a true pleasure to be one of your elected officers as Carmarthen Campus President this past year, and I'm excited to continue the role over the next academic year as I cling to the student lifestyle one more year. A special note to our newest Carmarthen Campus President, Ellis Allsop, who has graduated today. Congratulations. I'm here on behalf of the Students' Union to congratulate every single one of you on your fantastic achievement. While we may not have had the pleasure of meeting in person, please know that we've been working hard behind the scenes to support you and improve your experiences, whether that be handing out free bananas and chocolate for exam stress, through writing our annual quality report on elements of the student experience, or through our course and faculty reps, letting us know the things that you care about, and so we can work with the university to change them for the better. Now that you are our newest graduates of UWTSD, things will be just that little bit more different. You might have fewer headaches on a Thursday morning. I'm not going to see as many of you in the kebab shops down Lamar Street. But it will mean more time with your family and loved ones, and less time diligently writing up assignments or getting the porters to make you a cup of tea at midnight as you look through those final last-minute assignments. Whichever of these seems more appropriate to you, there are a few things that I'd like you to take away from this experience as you depart with us from UWTSD into your future. Point 1, continue to care. This year alone, you spoke about the things that matter to you. Campus facilities, mental health, a people's vote on Brexit, sustainability, period poverty were all student-led issues, and the university have listened and made changes. We as an SU were nominated for both Campaign of the Year and Officer Team of the Year award at the National Union of Students in Wales. And we absolutely could not have done that without your passion and your commitment. It's our job in the Students' Union to fight for your rights as students, and we don't fight for you, we fight together. Point 2, continue to speak up. As you leave us, successful graduates, I want you to consider the virtues and morals you have kept in your time with us here, standing up for the things that matter. It has been said before, and I'll say it again, it has never been more important to use your voice and continue to engage in the society with the things that matter and shape us for the better. Shape the environment, shape politics, shape people, shape the future. We need you to be our leaders and our ambassadors and show people that we are a family of graduates that care and we are prepared to act in any way that we can. And point 3, continue to be yourself. As a union, we are proud to have represented you in all kinds of ways. And as a president, student and friend, I am so proud to have known you, to watch you blossom into intelligent, confident and forward-thinking individuals. And I'm proud to see you in front of me in your caps and gowns, ready to take on whatever life throws at you. Today is your day to acknowledge your setbacks, but bask in your success. There may be people in this room that have juggled part-time jobs, children, travelling, caring for a family member, mental health, and so much more. But despite those, you have done it. You have succeeded. You have just crossed this stage and crossed the path into your future. For those of you leaving us, venturing into the big, wide, bill-filled world, we at Trinity St. David wish you all the very best of luck. And for those of you that are going on to further study, we hope to see you back here in September. Congratulations to you all. Wear your cap and gown for today with pride.
Falle bod chi'n gyfarwydd gyda'r dywediad hanes i'w cof cenedl. A mae'r gŵr i'r chwith yma wedi gwneud yn sicr fod hanes ein gwlad yn fwy nag atgof pell, ond yn hytrach yn rhywbeth byw, egniol a chynhwysiol. David Anderson was appointed to Amgueddfa Cymru as Director General in 2010. Prior to that, he was Director of Learning at the Victoria and Albert Museum in London, having previously worked at the National Maritime Museum in Greenwich and the Royal Pavilion and Museum in Brighton. Mae Amgueddfa Cymru yn rwydwaith o 7 safle amgueddfa ledled Cymru. Amgueddfa Genedlaethol Caerdydd, Sant Fagan, Amgueddfa Werin Cymru, Amgueddfa Llechi Cymru, Amgueddfa Lleng Rhufeinig Cymru, Amgueddfa Genedlaethol Glanau, Amgueddfa Wlân Cymru a Big Pit Amgueddfa Lofal Cymru. Ym mis Mehefin 2017, cwblhaodd Dr Simon Thurley adolygiad o Amgueddfa Cymru ar gyfer Llywodraeth Cymru. Canfu Thurley fod yr amgueddfa yn sefydliad llwyddiannus a ffyniannus y dylai Cymru ymfalchio ynddo, ac yn un o amgueddfeydd mawr y Deyrnas Unedig. Os mae hanes yw cof cenedl, yna mae amgueddfeydd yn fynegiant gweledol o'r cof yma. Does pryn neb wedi gwneud cymaint a David Anderson i ddod â'r delweddau yma'n fyw i bobl Cymru a thu hwnt. If you ever had an image in your minds of a stereotypical museum director, that of a tweed-wearing, leather-patched, shy, retiring individual shut away from the real world, then David does not fit that bill. Born in Belfast, David is recognised as an authority on cultural strategy and arts education. In 1999, he was awarded an OBE for service to museums and education. He's published widely, including the UK Government Report, A Commonwealth, Museums in the Learning Age. From 2004 to 2008, he was also co-director of the Exhibition Road Cultural Group, London's first cultural quarter. And from 2013 to 15, he was president of the Museums Association. He's also the author of the best-selling children's books, The Spanish Armada and Mutiny on the Bounty. And at a recent Museums Association annual conference, David urged museums to step up to their moral responsibility, to make a difference in people's lives. Traditionally, perhaps, people have thought of museums as creators of a dead past, devoid of relevance in an ever-changing world. But David has done more than most to shatter this illusion and preconception. He's not afraid to speak out about controversial issues, and has caused a stir among political circles following some honest and heartfelt contribution to public discourse in the past. Andrew Green, the former librarian at the National Library of Wales, said it was important that heads of national institutions were not party political, but also that they were not robots. David is definitely not a robot. Audrey Hepburn once famously said, "Living is like tearing through a museum. Not until later do you really start absorbing what you saw, thinking about it, looking it up in a book, and remembering. But you can't take it all in at once." David would want you to stop and think rather than speed through the museums of Wales. They have so much to offer. And to quote the British sculptor Anthony Gormley, "It is as much the conversations between objects as between us and objects that make museums so valuable." David wants museums to communicate with us and us to communicate with museums. He said museums have an essential role in society as an alternative to market-led ideology. The market can do many things, but it is everywhere and nowhere. It creates utopias and dystopias. It cares for neither the past nor the future. People, places, and communities need museums at their best as never before. We in museums have a moral responsibility, and it is not one we can ever leave aside. An excellent example of how David has put his actions where his words have been is in the recent development of the National History Museum, popularly known as St Fagans, or St Fagans as it was called on the BBC News recently. Arguably the most ambitious redevelopment project in the National Museum Wales's history, the three new galleries, Wales Is, Life Is, and Gweithdy, allow visitors to be visually immersed in the history of everyday Wales. And as part of his most recent project, the museum has brought together all of our archaeological and historical collections in one place. This means that the museum is able to present a much broader sweep of the story of humans in Wales, from the first Neanderthal hunters 250,000 years ago to contemporary multicultural society. In answering a question asked of him on why the development is so important, David answered, "Everyday life is part of history. In fact, it is essential for any understanding of the past. In the Life Is gallery, visitors can explore how countless generations have dressed, prepared food, worked, played, and mourned, just as we do today. In developing St Fagans, we were inspired by the ideas of the Welsh writer Raymond Williams, who said in 1958 that culture is ordinary, by which I believe he meant that everyday life is part of the culture and is as important as any other kind of culture. David's vision is clearly a vision for all, and not just for a narrow elite. Last week, St Fagans won the prestigious UK Museum of the Year Award against stiff opposition from Belfast, from Nottingham, from Oxford, and from the V&A in Dundee. The chair of the judges said, St Fagans lives, breathes, and embodies the culture and identity of Wales, a monument to modern museum democracy. This magical place was made by the people of Wales for people everywhere, and stands as one of the most welcoming and engaging museums anywhere in the UK. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights includes the right of every child and adult to participate in the cultural life of the community and to enjoy the benefits of science. The National Museum, under David's leadership, has turned the UN Declaration into a promise. In David's words, if you come to St Fagans, you can participate. Because of our National Museum and because of David's leadership, our history is no longer a distant past. Our past has been brought much closer to all of us. Wales is used to name one of the galleries in St Fagans, and in a way it encapsulates David's career-long work to bring museums to life. The story of Wales is still evolving, and so is the museum. And to paraphrase, museums are not were under David's leadership. And we are definitely able to communicate with our nation's history in an engaging and meaningful way. Anodeddus is ganghellor. Cyflwyna fi ti David Anderson i'w dderbyn I radd doethyr y Brifysgol honoris causa.
Curating the history of Wales. Thank you for all your achievements.
Diolch yn fawr. Two things I believe very strongly. One is, and this is embodied, I think, in St Fagans, the life of every person matters. And secondly, it's people, not institutions, that are the carriers of culture. So how do you try to shape an institution where those two principles are real? And I think the only way you can do that too is by trying to embed social justice in everything that an organization does. And always in the awareness that the need will always be greater than the potential to serve it, but nevertheless it's an ambition that we have to carry. Each of us, I feel, is like, our lives are like a thread. And the stories that we remember of our lives and the stories that we tell of our lives together make the length of the thread. One of the challenges that museums face is to decide which stories should be told. And this was a challenge we had at St Fagans. Not many conference speeches get remembered. I even hear rumours that some graduation speeches get forgotten as well. I would hate to think that could be true, but anyway, maybe it's like that. But one I do remember from 30 years ago. Somebody called Neil Postman, who was Professor of Communication Studies in the United States, was speaking at a conference. And he asked a question which has stayed with me ever afterwards and, in a sense, haunts me still. He said, imagine you were in the Berlin of 1933. Imagine you had no reason to fear for your life. Imagine that you had the power to create a new museum. What museum would you create? Would you create the museum that the people at the time wanted? Or would you create the museum that Germany at that time needed? And it's a question I think it's fair to ask of every museum, every year, as we go forward. Here in Wales, I believe we're engaged in nation building. And the stories that we tell about ourselves can be crucial to the quality of the nation we build. In some ways, I feel the crisis of the UK is also a crisis of stories. Stories that have been generated over years, decades, even centuries, coming together or falling apart before us. And I feel as well that museums, broadcasters, educational institutions all have responsibilities as storytellers, have very powerful influence on the stories that individuals tell each other as well. So at St Fagans, it was one of the crucial questions for us: what stories do we tell? We decided not to try to tell one single story of Wales. 3 galleries is not enough, even 30 galleries would not be enough to do that. Instead, we decided to take episodes from the past and to use them as an opportunity for people to reflect upon those stories. Now, some of those stories, of course, are really positive. Memories of childhood holidays, for example. A beautiful chip fryer that once was in somebody's front room, polished in brass, a thing of beauty. But we also felt it's crucially important that we didn't just tell positive stories. Every individual, every nation experiences the dark side of life, if you like, as well as the positive. And it's crucial as a mature nation, as a nation which is, in a sense, building and rebuilding itself now in Wales, that we also tell those stories from the past which were problematic. And that might be a story, for example, about the beginning of the 20th century, and to take you to West Wales, and a house where there was a suffragette supporter, a young woman. One day, somebody anonymously pushed through the door of the letterbox a small doll of a woman with Votes for Women on it. And in the doll, from all sides, were pins stuck in. We need to remember that not everybody has always supported Votes for Women, not everybody has supported social justice. There are many, many areas where Wales's history reminds us of challenges and difficulties, just as there are today. But it's vital, as we build the stories or offer the stories that reflect upon the nation, that we tell those dark stories as well. I still feel we do not enough to say about Wales's part in the slave trade, which generated a lot of income into Wales, which in turn helped to support the development of the industries as well. Therefore, the stories we tell, not just as institutions, but as individuals, really matter. And taking responsibilities for the stories we tell is crucial, not just for us in our own lives, but also for the future of the nation as well. Wales is a nation woven out of the threads of thousands and millions of lives. And to build a nation, we need to tell the stories that Wales needs, not just the ones that Wales wants. Diolch yn fawr.
Mr Cywydd, Is-Genellor, graddedigion newydd y Brifysgol, a'ch teuluoedd, hyfryd i fod yma heddi I ddathlu gyda chi a'ch chwyddiant. It's a great occasion to celebrate today with our graduands who have achieved so much. But I think they would be the first to say that they owe a great debt of gratitude to their lecturers and to those who have supported them through this journey. And I think our academic staff need another round of applause for all that they do. I've had a very interesting 10 days. I've had my grandson visit me from Hong Kong. Now, for the past 5 congregations in this university, everybody's heard about Justin. The son of a South Korean mother and a Welsh father. And he had a bit of an identity crisis one day, about 3 years ago. He said to me, Dewi, I can't see my flag in your house. We didn't have a Korean flag and we didn't have a Welsh flag. So I questioned him further and he said, well, Dewi, my flag is not here. I said, what flag is that, Darren? The Union Jack. I said, for God's sake, don't tell your grandmother. But things have improved. When Wales got into the semi-finals of the European Cup in football, he phoned me up one day from Hong Kong and said, Dewi, I got a message for you. Oh, yes, I'm Welsh. Well, I was very encouraged. And he said to me, more than I'm Welsh, he said, I've been speaking to my friend Diago in London, and he is Welsh also. I said, Diago is born in Argentina. Actually, he's the son of the first team coach of Tottenham Hotspur. So I said, how can Diago be Welsh? He said, his grandfather was born in Patagonia. But for Iestyn, identity is important and belonging is important. And that's a part of his story. And he's certainly Welsh now, especially as Wales are playing in the Rugby World Cup in Tokyo. And he's going to see one of the games, Wales and Australia, with his father in October. But there's a message there about belonging and having an identity. You, as students, the new graduates of this university, also belong. You belong to this institution. And as the Vice-Chancellor has indicated, irrespective of where and what you do, you will always be a part of this family. And the important thing is to recognize that this institution, this family, will always be welcome in you back to support you, to care for you, to help you on your professional journey. Because your professional journey is one of the most important jobs or professions anyone can undertake. To be a teacher, to be a social worker, to work with young people and with children. Just a word of advice. Sometimes journalists and academic researchers get it wrong. They talk about communities in very negative terms. They label communities. They see them as problems. And then, as journalists and academics, they withdraw. They don't do anything to help the situation. They are a part of the problem. You, in your professions, will be on the front line. You'll be working with children, with young people, the most precious commodity we have in this world. And you can have a formative influence on their lives. But one thing, treat every child as precious. Don't label them. Don't cast them aside. Don't say they're a failure. Every child is precious. And if we identify that every individual is precious, then we can create a community where people live in peace and harmony with each other. I have great confidence in you, the young generation. I think we are very fortunate to have young people of such great potential. People who are concerned with others. People who have a deep sense of social responsibility. People who worry about our climate and climate change, and who you want to do something about it. I've got to put my hand up and say, I don't think my generation has served you well at all. But you can bring about change. You can bring about transformation. You can create a better society, because I've got the confidence that with your ability and with your skills and with your compassion, you will achieve great things. But we want to help you on that journey. We want to assist you on that journey to make sure that we can help. This university has grown in strength in terms of its academic reputation. You are now part of a university that's regarded as the fourth in Wales in terms of academic quality. In teaching, we rank first. We have gone up the league tables because of the inspirational leadership of a vice-chancellor and an academic staff and a support staff who have worked so hard to achieve these goals. Your degree is worth something special. Your degree is not just like any other degree. But the point is, we want to make sure that you share your experiences with other people. Encourage people to come here, because I think that the student experience here is good. And can I pay tribute here to the student union leaders we've had in this university? It's an immense privilege to know that the last two student union presidents of this university have become the national presidents in Wales. I think that needs recognition, and huge thanks to our chief officer in terms of Students' Union. And I know Becky is following in the same footsteps. We are very fortunate because these students have contributed to the success of this university by their dedication, their commitment, and their willingness to work in partnership. Now, I know it's been a long morning. I think some of you are struggling a bit. But I hope you've enjoyed this occasion for you and your families. It's a day to celebrate. It's a day to recognize what wonderful young people you have produced. They're a credit to themselves, they're a credit to this university, and they are a credit to this nation. Diolch yn fawr iawn.
Would you please be upstanding to receive the university standard?